President Trump may be scaling back his pledge for a full border wall. On his flight to Paris, he said this: "You don't need 2,000 miles of wall because you have a lot of natural barriers. You have mountains, you have some rivers that are violent and vicious, you have some areas that are so far away that you don't really have people crossing." Joining us now, Art Del Cueto. He's Vice President of the National Border Patrol Council. What do you say to this, Art?
You know, it's what we've been saying all along. I don't think there's any different tactic from before. I understand that the media has focused on the wall and the wall and the wall, but the reality is we need a barrier. And it could be a physical barrier, it could be more agents, it could be more sensors in other areas. But the reality is we're happy that finally we're constantly talking about border security, and that's what we need to focus on.
Art, I can give you a dozen sound bites, either from the campaign or early in the administration, where President or candidate Trump was saying, "I'm going to build a big, beautiful wall." There was no hint that there might be little breaks here and breaks there for mountains and rivers. That wasn't the story. The story was, "I'm going to build a beautiful wall." Kind of left you holding the bag.
Well, no, we don't feel that way, because we've been in there talking about it the whole time, and there's areas that we need a wall, definitely, like down in Rio Grande Valley, on the Tohono O'odham Reservation in the Tucson sector, areas that there are high traffic volumes, but there are areas that there's other things we need. The main focus is bringing back border security, talking about border security, and retaining the agents that we have.
But look,
that is a big one, is retention of agents.
But if you don't have the wall all the way along, and you use a wall to close off areas that are currently have a high proportion of people trying to cross, if you close that with a wall, and you don't have a wall elsewhere, those people will simply go elsewhere, won't they?
Well, you need sanctions for these people that actually cross. That's the reality. And you need to put agents, more agents, in those areas that are more remote, and areas where you would not be thinking about putting a higher physical barrier. I mean, still put a barrier, but obviously not a different type of barrier.
So would you say
you have to put different barriers depending?
Well, look, hold on a second. Look, bearing in mind what the president just said, do you think that as of now, the idea of a wall all 2,000 miles long is dead?
No, I wouldn't think it's completely dead. I think, it's something that still needs to be looked at and talked to. Definitely it's something that we are hopeful that we can also speak to Secretary Kelly and try to figure something out, because I think one of the issues is there's a lot of Obama holdovers that are constantly being promoted under Secretary Kelly, and maybe that might be an issue also.
Yes, sir. Art Del Cueto, thanks for joining us, sir. We do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay.